us on our Facebook pages. You can be watching from Facebook as well as jessfm.ca.
You can also check us out on YouTube now.
Yeah. With Jess TV. Ooh, catwalk. Is everyone ready for You Asked For It? Got my little things to come there. Oh, is your head back? Oh, it's good. All right. When we are live on Facebook, we will start our show. How's everyone doing on this Monday night? Who's ready for You Asked For It? We had some technical difficulties the last week, so we are now back and up on our regular screen, and it looks good. And so I'm going to share it.
There we are up.
All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to You Asked For It with Levi Cox.
And Austin Walsh.
And our special guest star tonight.
Jessie Hershiny.
Jessie Hershiny.
Yeah, that's a plot twist.
Yeah. We are brought to you on Jess FM by Catwalk Salon and Spa. So we are now sponsored by Catwalk Salon Spa. Like, we got our own sponsored show. I love it. So You Asked For It, brought to you by Catwalk. So if you would like to have your business or festival or company advertised on Jess FM, you can contact us at Jess FM on the Facebook page, but you can also get a hold of us at 403-942
403-393-4547.
Oh, there's two
So
numbers.
that is our advertising number. You can also instant message us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/jessfm, as well as www.jessfm.ca.
So if you would like to sponsor or have your own radio show, contact Jess FM. If you have something interesting you can bring to this station, then we would love to hear from you. So things have been going so great at Jess FM that Catwalk had to jump on and be a sponsor. So tonight we are doing a beauty episode, and we brought one of our amazing stylists and makeup artists, Jessie, along with us to talk. So
Hi, Jessie.
Hi.
we have some really great topics for you all tonight, so I hope you're tuning in. Stick with us for some great topics. Should we get started with Jessie? Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you?
My name's Jessie. I work at Catwalk Salon and Spa. I've been a stylist there for 5 years officially.
5 years today.
Today is her anniversary.
Yeah, Jessie started at Catwalk 5 years ago today. I just got that email earlier, so congratulations. And
Happy anniversary, Jessie.
Sorry, tell us more about you.
I have a dog named Ziggy that I love, and a wonderful partner, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
She's watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Shannon.
And yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
You were a large volunteer for the Derby Girls for a long time.
Yes, I've played roller derby in Lethbridge for 7 years, taking a break this year to work on other things.
That Derby scares me.
Yeah, it's a lot.
violent.
Yeah, you gotta take a
Intimidating.
break to, getting old. Let the bones
Men.
not have a panic attack for 1 year, and then back at it. So, yeah.
Well, you didn't take too big a break because you joined the Lethbridge Pride Fest board this year.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Just switching it up, so just getting involved in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you do something with Flip Fest as well?
No, but I support them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were involved because I know that Shannon's band plays and you're always going to the Flip Fest events, which are
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Flip Fest is wonderful.
Hey, I'm jumping ahead, but isn't something going on tomorrow night for Flip Fest?
Yes, tomorrow night, Ray Spoon. It will be at the Owl. Really, really excited about that. They are a incredible artist from Saskatchewan, but if you haven't listened to their music, check them out. and they will be playing with Ground Sloth Orchestra and Respectful Child.
Nice.
That's a mouthful.
Check them out. Yeah.
So that's tomorrow night at Owl, so check that out for Flip Fest. All right, so we are going to give you some fall fashion and beauty and trends and salon talk. That's how we're going to start off our show, and then we got a fun game to play, and we have all sorts of great topics like, but we'll get to them. So fall fashion, we've been seeing some of the fashion shows and what's coming up, and people come in asking what's new for fall. And me personally, I judge what's new by what my clients are asking for, and so that's how I know what's coming up.
I pay a lot of attention to Snapchat celebrities and seeing what they're wearing on their face and in their hair and stuff too. So that's kind of where I get a lot of ideas from. And as much as we all hate the Kardashians, they sure are some American fashion trendsetters. So I pay attention to what they're wearing and doing too.
Those wigs, though.
Yeah.
Let's
get a $10,000 wig. That's what's in fashion.
Let's not give those Kardashians too much credit because guess what? Stylists are putting the looks on them.
That is true.
So
they are wearing it and selling
if you are a great designer or have a great idea, then you put it on a Kardashian and all of a sudden it looks like Kim decided to do 2 braids in her hair that she could never braid herself. In her wig, and then it's everyone's like, I want those braids. So I think people like to use them as muses more than they're choosing it themselves. I mean, I know that
living mannequins.
There's that young one, Kylie, the one who thinks that she's the only Kylie in the world. Kylie, who is a billionaire makeup artist, but I've never seen her put makeup on anybody. I've seen her swatch her arms. So
true. And to piggyback on what Austin said, the big thing I tell my clients, because that's always been the question, what's new in hair trends, what's new in makeup trends, and it's also changed because of social media. So you're seeing a lot more artists like Guy Tang for hair who take it upon themselves to create new trends, and so now the beauty industry and the product developers have to actually follow trend with other
social
people, which is interesting
too,
like you said.
Well, you could become an internet celebrity and create a trend.
Yeah,
Jeffree Star,
all the YouTubers and beauty gurus, things like that. They're really changing trends and making them more instant too. So things are happening instantly, whether
we have to catch
they
up.
think they're new or not. And it's mostly everything recycles in the industry over and over again. You just see little tiny twists on old things and call it something new.
Well, we used to have just magazines, and what the TV told us was cool. So people would come in and say, I want Jennifer Aniston's haircut. I want Courtney Cox's bangs. So it was a very limited view of what was popular. But now people are looking at so many medias, and they're looking at YouTube, music, reality TV, anime, everything, and bringing those influences into us. And it's really important as hairdressers, we have to just look at a picture and makeup artists and be able to recreate that look. So we're YouTubing it. How do they do that?
Yeah, we get a 10-second shot from your phone and then have to just
what's unicorn hair? I guess I'll look up. Oil slick hair. I guess I'll find out. So we've seen a lot of these trends coming. So trends we've definitely seen is more wave in the hair, more air dried hair, or with wave, or it looks like an air dried wave, but you've taken a lot of time to do an undone style with curls.
So a lot of undone natural texture, natural looking texture. It's kind of what you're saying, hey?
Yeah, and we've even seen many teen boys coming into catwalk and getting perms.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. That's a very 80s look.
I like to call them merms.
Merms. Another trend we have been seeing is this air dried gel look, and it's something we did at Lethbridge Fashion Week, where you actually put gel in wet hair and let it dry. I mean, how easy is that?
A couple little scrunches and comb around the ears.
Like a slicked back look.
Yeah, I see, again, the Kardashians wearing that wet gel look, and I've seen a few of the celebrities.
Popped out of the shower and
put in some dippity-doo.
You're good to go.
Yeah, the 90s clip of the girl coming out of the water with the push back.
Yeah,
but
Sports Illustrated.
Freezed with hairspray and gel forever. Yeah.
That. I saw this look coming out of New York Fashion Week. They're calling it the All-American Girl, and it was literally hair blow-dried back. So, no part, just long hair blow-dried back.
Kind of like Jackie O if you put a pin in her balloon.
Yeah. I like that. What did you see with makeup trends, Austin?
So I was on a couple beauty blogs just before this doing some research, but a lot of the fall fashion week in New York, Most of the looks are like very smoky, lots of like pink still, and pink was kind of like our spring this year, so it's funny to see it still translating in. But a lot of orange, and everyone has sparkly eyes.
Okay,
all
well,
this glitter, and I'm totally into it. I love glitter.
Well, am I wrong when you say pink and orange? Isn't that still rose gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, mix them together.
So
Dusty salmon, whatever you want
we're
to
seeing
call it.
pink, because whenever people say this rose gold, it keeps coming up again and again. Jewelry, cell phones, everything for years now, and it's like,
Yeah.
really, it's copper with pink,
Or
right?
brass. Copper and brass.
Yeah.
But if you call it rose gold, then it's not
Yeah.
like, I see rust in my hair. You say, oh, rose gold, then they love it.
Jesse is
Charge them more.
wearing our rose gold shampoo by Watercolor, sold at Catwalk.
Yeah,
so
trust
she is
that.
wearing
But you
the.
never get it because we're sold out
Oh,
indefinitely.
we keep getting it in, so keep trying. We do have rose gold shampoo,
Yeah.
but it still is a trend. But it's a weird color to say. So oranges, pinks, and then
Yeah,
we saw a lot of
bold
glitter.
lips coming back, which is like every fall season we go into more like plums or like burnt reds, things like that. So more like brown oranges, darker lips, or a lot of people are doing very nude lips now too. So a lot of the fashion shows this year were doing nude.
Well, nude lips, but what were they doing on the eye? That was the interesting thing, I thought.
Yeah. So, and actually we're seeing a lot of like graphic pink liners and like blue liners, so like really bright bold liners if it's a nude eye, or like smoky rose golds and warm tones.
I was
on
gonna
the
say,
eyes.
did you guys see the new photos that Lady Gaga posted on her Instagram lately?
Like from the Vogue photo shoot? Was it Vogue?
I don't know. It was all
Okay.
black and white, really racy.
Okay.
But if you haven't looked at them, go look at them because they are hot.
Ah.
They're super hot. But she was rocking like the very light like 90s lip liner, and as soon as I saw
Oh.
that, I was like, that shit's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90s
Here it
is
comes.
like really on an upswing again, though. Like we're seeing a lot of chokers, we're seeing high-waisted pants come back full
Yeah.
force, a lot of
Bodysuits,
crop
which
tops,
suck.
Bodysuits.
I will say,
Bodysuits, yeah.
all day long.
Try peeing in that when you have like 2 seconds to eat and pee in between clients.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's great.
I want to say that wet gelled look is also from that era,
Very
and
90s. If I start seeing twisted dreads, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
oh, well, I want to say also I got to just give a shout out to Janet Jackson, because she did that dark liner with the lipstick in, or like lighter lipstick inside, and I like was a big fan. But back then I didn't do drag or was like terrified of makeup. But maybe one day Chrissy's gonna have to wear like a heavy lined lip with a light lip in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you saw that on Gaga, she did
Oh yes.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Janet was doing that in like the Janet album, and I
Yeah.
was like all over it.
It is something.
So, but we also saw a lot of sparkles on the eyes, lots of glitter on eyes.
Yeah, and almost like kind of like a nod to the mod era too, like a lot of like liner in the crease. I've seen like a couple shows were doing that too.
I noticed a lot of color from like your lash line all the way to your eyebrow,
I
like
call that garage doors.
garage doors, like a
Yeah.
lot of color.
Like you blink and it's like the whole thing, right from like top to bottom is one color. Forget about it. Mimi Bobek, but skinny.
So we're seeing this natural textures, and we're seeing these natural looks coming back. But on the flip side, we are seeing a lot of color trends. And they were on the runway. They were calling it the Disney villain, and it was like basically black hair with like purple and green and red. So it was like called the Disney villain look. And we see a lot of still a lot of colors in the shop. And you were talking about the new colors we just got into Catwalk that
Yeah.
we haven't even used yet.
Yeah, like speaking of like 90s, like very grungy colors are kind of coming in. That's a good way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're seeing like almost these, and again, it's out of boredom that things start circulating, right, and becoming. But we're not seeing a lot of vibrance. We're seeing a lot of like lived-in colors, lived-in haircuts. But by lived-in, I mean like
You're a bright teal like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and now you washed
and
it
now
twice.
you're smoky.
Yeah.
So we're seeing like smoky mauves, the like antique roses. Even we got like brand new color swatches from Revlon this week, and like khaki green.
Khaki green for your
Yeah,
hair.
Things to like make your hair look like you just did like a, what is that thing called where people run through the mud?
Yeah.
You know, like
A mud crawl.
tough mudder.
Well,
Tough Mudder.
Yeah,
with your brand new.
I was
like-
kind of joking with Jesse, and I said it's like a unicorn like rolled in the dirt.
Exactly.
We were
2 weeks ago.
Jesse was calling them off colors.
Yeah.
So we're seeing these off colors. So they're basically not just pastels, but kind of grungy colors. But yeah,
Almost like
So
matte
say you had-
textures too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So say you've had like a violet-based brown in your hair, or a red brown, like a cherry brown. Well, you're kind of over that, so now you want to see like just like a blush brown, with like a rose gold end, or you want to see like a mauvey brown, if you can picture that, with like a little bit of a soft, dirty lilac kind of end, smoky lilac kind of end. Yeah.
Well, that still means bleach. So it sounds like we're still bleaching your hair for the trends as well.
It's like you bleached it 6 months ago and you're still riding it through, though.
Yeah.
And you can
our
do
new
that.
colors are actually 4 levels of lift, so you're going to be able to put those into a base color, which means no bleach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Fun,
Awesome.
So for men, we're also seeing, like I said before, we're seeing the perms for men, but we're seeing a lot of these undercuts. I always call it like the Nick Carter hair. It was like part in the middle and it flops over. Like I'm seeing these undercuts, especially on the teen boys. They're trying that look.
Everything we're saying is like super 90s, though. You notice that? Like everything we're saying right now is totally 90s throwback.
As far as styling your hair, one of the things we saw in trend were ponytails braided, and also low ponytails and knotted ponytails.
Yeah.
So those were all trends we saw. And what was that? The Coachella. Talk about those floral crowns.
Yeah. So like Coachella is kind of becoming more Woodstock now.
Right.
So instead of like flower crowns, we're seeing more just like flower placements and like fun little updos.
Because don't get us wrong, like we're like not exactly like 20 years old, either of us, and I feel like I'm kind of a little out of the loop when it comes to the really younger crowd, and I feel like they're going more 70s. We're like sticking to our 90s because and they're almost going more 70s, wearing like even their clothes are changing, but like you said, with the draping flowers in here rather than like the big crown.
So I saw this new look that they're doing. It's like instead of like the flower crown on top of your head, it's like it rained on it and now they're like dripping down your head, and it looked quite neat. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see those selling at Claire's soon.
Actually, even in clothes now, like I'm seeing a lot of floral prints.
Oh my gosh, lots of floral
right
prints,
now, which is usually more of like a spring summer kind of thing. But we're going into fall, and like I've seen so many floral prints right now.
Yeah. And it's that muted again, like with the hair color. It's like those muted
or
prints
like
that aren't
your
like
grandma's couch. It's like navy with some pink flowers on it, or like something dusty.
Now I know a lot of you reach out to us and ask us. I know on this show we don't just always talk fashion and beauty, and we're going to get into some more broad topics coming up. But I know we get a lot of personal messages about like, what new look should I get? What are the trends? And these are things asked all the time in the salon. But really, when we look around the salon, and there's 12 stylists on the floor, you look around, all the stylists have different hair. And then you see all the clients have different hair. So we're not seeing one specific trend. There's not one bang. There's not one texture. There's not one length. But we do see more women with short hair. We still see hair tattooing. We still see... I noticed that a lot of our clients who have silver hair have been going into colors, and so it's nice to see some of the silver people adding some color to their hair and changing up that gray look. Although I don't think the silver trend's gone.
It's a little bit more obtainable too, because like with these like bright colors, you don't have to lift to a level like 20. You know what I mean? To get to that like white silver, you can leave it at like a level 8, 9, so it's more yellowy orange undertone, and then like really correct with a deep blue because you're going teal anyway.
You're going to, yeah.
I
want to like just quickly talk about silver blondes and these trends, and people see these pictures. It's not for the faint of heart. And we usually tell people, do you like your length or your color? Because it's really hard to have these colors and that tone. So
do you want long hair or healthy hair?
Yeah. So hair's not supposed to be gray or white until you earn it. So that's when you can have that hair. But we're probably going to, in our game we're playing today, maybe hit that topic. So I think that kind of, it looks like that's a lot of what our trends are seeing. Oh, another trend we're seeing is people are having the lash extensions for the last few years, because it's been like about 5 years of lash extensions. And they're noticing their eyelashes feel a little weak, so they're taking a break. And the big alternative to that is the lash perms are back. So if you can have perms and tint. So now there's the lash tint and perm in one step. So we perm your lashes standing straight up and dye them black.
But we're calling it a lash lift, so it's not scary.
Yeah, lash lift.
Perm smells smelly. It does smell smelly.
I'm gonna
Smelly smell.
I'm gonna use this to go into our next segment. So here is one more little quip on what is new at Catwalk, and that is threading. So we have Emma join our team, and Emma is from England, and big in England is threading. Threading comes from India and Indian culture, and it is a way to remove hair. So now we're doing this threading, and people have been asking for the last 16 years at Catwalk if we're going to do threading, and now we have threading. So
yay!
Thank you, Emma, for learning threading back in UK. and bringing it to catwalk. So threading is a technique using a string in her mouth and twisting it and going it back and forth across your skin and pulling the hair out. I actually get so less irritated from that.
Me too.
But it's
you'd stay red for like 2 seconds. It's gone.
it's not replacing waxing because I still need other areas
It's
done
like
that I'm not
tweezing
having her
very
thread.
precisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But without breaking the hair, because I find tweezing you can break the hair,
Sometimes.
where the threading like actually pulls it out.
Yeah.
So speaking of India, da-da-da-da, congratulations to India for having
Decriminalizing.
gay sex.
Yeah.
So way to go, September 6th, a huge win for human rights and for the people of India. I'm so happy for you. Looking at the pictures and all the people celebrating and smiling, it was like, that's so amazing because you could face up to 10 years in India for being gay, and this is like terrifying. They don't even have a proper stat for the amount of gay people living in India. So I am so happy you get to live your life and be.
And it's okay to be gay.
Yeah. Well, we're
Or
gonna.
anything else.
So now legally, but I'm sure the country will take a while to shake that out in their culture.
Yeah.
And like, there's going to be some violence. There's going to be some pushing it back because people are going to be like, I'm gay and you can't throw me in jail now, so I'm going to wear a rainbow flag dress every day to work, and I'm a boy. Like we're going to see like some, pushing forward.
Yes.
But it's a huge move for India, so I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Yay. Can you imagine like being able like I identify as a gay male, mostly gay, and Austin as well, and you identify as something. Well, we all fall in that umbrella.
Yes.
So we all fall into the umbrella of queer.
Yes.
So we can't even imagine being in a country where you couldn't be gay.
Yeah.
And so it's such a huge thing. I mean, the fact that it was something that wasn't even talked about, and now that people can talk about it, I'm sure a lot of families are going to be dealing with some coming outs over the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like that's in workplaces.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure there'll be some like tentativeness coming out because I don't know if this is the first time it's been decriminalized, but I'm not 100%. It's just something I like briefly read. So
well, looking back in Indian culture and even in the Kama Sutra, there was a whole chapter on gay sex. And when the British colonies came in the 1860s, they made it illegal. So they actually changed their culture, and so big change for that. Yeah. So
see what happens. We're excited though.
we're excited. Singapore, I hope you're next. We're watching you.
Yeah, and then Russia, like
Russia,
get on level, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, like everyone, let's just show Russia that gay concentration camps and making gay illegal is not the way to be. You're on the wrong side. Okay. Congratulations, India.
Yes.
Woo! Now we have a new destination, Indian Pride. India.
India Pride.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's do it. Okay. So, we have a lot of stuff going on. Oh, should we play our game now?
Yeah, but I have to.
Okay,
possibly get it.
Jesse's gonna grab our game pieces because we're gonna play a game we've never played before. All right.
See you row a boat backwards.
So Austin, tell people how they can join us on Jess FM and watch and join in on the show.
So I'll just say it again. You can go on www.jessfm.ca or facebook.com/jessfm, and you can catch us on Jess TV there as well.
Do we have any comments coming in from our
we
feed?
got some Jesse's friends here saying, "Go Jesse!"
Oh.
Whoa, go
Yeah.
Jesse, go Jesse. I think Jesse will be on our show again because there's so many things we all do together. We have so many things we are part of, sponsor, promote, and we're just very passionate people. So I'm sure we're going to have Jesse back on the show again. So we are going to play a game. We need a cup or something, a hat. Can we use your hat? Okay, Austin has donated his hat. I know if you're only listening, he's taking off the hat.
This is gonna make everybody cringe.
So,
Okay,
Jesse, what is the name of this game?
before I say the name, just a disclaimer: this is not to throw shade at anybody. This is just three hairdressers having fun at our most feared questions or things that come into the salon
Situations.
that make our faces go like this.
Ah.
So this game is called. Are you ready for the cringe?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And if you are offended by this, you're probably one of these people, and you got to look at yourself, honey.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Austin and I have not read these questions. We are playing a new game called Unbelievable on Jess FM. So these are moments when you come into the salon and you tell us that there's a certain look or show us a picture and you tell us you want this look and we give you a face or we're shocked or call someone over.
Or we make
We
you
start
sign
sweating.
a waiver.
Make
It's
you-
because you're crazy.
No, because we make some. Hey, and by the way, us as hairdressers, we sit in the chair and ask these same things and show the same pictures.
We're
Yeah.
just as
So,
fast.
so here is a game called Unbelievable. So what we're going to do is pull out a question and then have to answer it as if you were coming into the salon asking for this. Is that how it works?
Yeah, or
Sorta.
like tell a story, whatever comes to mind.
Okay,
because I
so
believe
Austin,
in
you ready to go
Okay,
first?
But we'll promise we won't name names.
Okay, Austin's going first. Here we go.
Oh no.
He's in the hat.
Okay.
Unbelievable. What is it?
I want white blonde, but no cut because I'm growing out my hair. And I would probably say, well, your hair looks like it's cutting itself. So I don't need to do that today, but I'm not giving you a discount.
Okay, so the question is, I want white blonde, but I don't want a haircut today.
Yeah.
So what else? Why would this make you cringe and pull that face?
Oh, just because, like, it's gotta be cut. When people are, like, holding on to, like, their husband hairs, I like to call them.
Yes.
Like, my husband likes my hair long, so they haven't cut it in 7 years, and you can read a newspaper through the ends. It's not healthy hair anymore. It's just, it's gotta go.
What?
If you cut it,
Yeah.
I promise you it will look thicker, it will look healthier, and you're kind of doing like damage control because if you don't cut those off and there's a split in your ends, it will keep splitting all the way up your hair shaft. So every one hair turns into 2 or 3 hairs in the ends like a broom. And it's like Velcro
Yeah.
too. So those hairs are like sticking to each other. As soon as you cut that off, you will be able to comb your hair. And it will grow longer faster because it's not breaking as fast as it's growing.
I will admit I'm a repeat offender for this because I have gone a year without cutting my hair, and I own a hair salon because I was trying to grow it out. But I realized I wasn't getting anywhere, and so I just needed to go get a shape. So I also want to say with that question, when someone's like white blonde but no cut, I'll say, okay, if that's really what, because clients are right, you know, and you want to make them happy, I will not cut their hair, or I'll air cut it, as we call it, where we
Yeah.
do like a
Hairdresser
millimeter.
haircut.
And then they're like, it's so short, so short. And then I'll just let their hair cut itself till their next visit, and they realize they want a lob.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Levi, your turn.
Oh my gosh, do you have anything about what about that
No,
question?
I want to see the rest of
Oh my gosh, okay. I am now, I've got my hand in the hat of danger. What question? What makes, okay, here we go. Oh, okay, well, okay, hello. So my question from the client will be, I want a silver ombre, but I black box dyed it. I want no yellow, and I want it today. Okay, well, this is a hard one because, you know, people come in and they show us these wigs, and I can show you the link on eBay where to get one. They have black roots and silver ends because Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian's blonde hair is a wig. Those are, girls are wearing wigs. I want you to know that. It's very rare to have silver hair and have it healthy. And I have a lot of darker haired clients, and they want this look. And I'll actually Google real life girl with silver hair, and I show them not the Instagram model, but what it looks like on the daily.
The unphotoshopped version
Yeah.
in the streets.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't want that. And I'm like,
Well, I'm not a wizard.
so
I'm
when
a hairstylist.
so I'm going to walk you through what it would take to get you a silver ombre, and you had black box dye and no yellow. You want it today. I'll promise you, I'll try to get it that way, but I will probably make you sign a waiver, and you probably have old highlights underneath that black dye. So wherever it was bleached before will be extra damaged. You may end up with like a jellyfish of hair where it's just like some tendrils at the ends. But you know what? We would take time to do this. I would try to get you silver. I would try to talk you out of it. But if not, we'd go for it. But it would take up to 3 appointments. You'd sign the waiver. You may have to take home at-home products like silver toning conditioner from Chi or the silver shampoo from Watercolor. And you may have to use Ultra Bond. And we'll work on it. But it takes constant toning. Our waiver says things like this. May not be silver. May cost more. And may require more treatments.
And it may not take your 2.5 hours that you have booked with us too. These
Right.
things take like 6-7 hours, and if you're like watching Guy Tang's videos too, he says in every one of his videos, this took 10 hours. This
Yeah.
person has been here all day today with me for more than a regular work day.
Yeah.
10 hours to get somebody from one color to another, and it doesn't even look that dramatic. The really big crazy ones, they take a lot of time.
Yeah.
The best way to get a silver ombre with black roots is if you already had platinum hair and we put black roots into it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
True.
Cringe. I made that face.
You did.
Okay,
All right.
here's Jesse's question. I got the magic hat.
All right, this is one of my favorites.
Uh-oh.
I have thick hair, and I'd like to cut it below my shoulders, but no layers.
Oh.
This has been so consistent this last
I
year.
seen you do it the other day.
And I'm not sure why. So I'm glad that I pulled this one.
Thick hair, would like it cut below the shoulders, no layers.
Yes. So
I have a song that I like to sing when this happens.
I can't wait to hear it. So
You go first.
So I've had this experience a lot lately where, like, I feel like when I was a kid, there was this awkward length that you never wanted to be. And that was maybe the last time that I had, like, long hair or, like, could grow it out long. So maybe that's why. But anyways, there was this awkward length that you didn't want your hair to be. And lately, I've had a lot of people come in and want their hair cut right here, but they don't want a bob. They don't want it long in the front.
Yeah.
They just want it cut right here, and they don't want any layers.
Oh my gosh.
So, my thing with this one is that I try to get people, like, always bring, for me anyways, always bring pictures, always bring inspiration, because sometimes you're thinking something in your mind, and it's hard for us to really visualize that because we're very technical people. So when we think that, we think of literally like this box getting cut, this square onto your head in the most awkward spot and doing its own thing. So, what's your song?
I always say, "Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree," because those ends get so thick when, like, it's going down. That's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you have, like, a big handful of spaghetti and you chop a straight line in that, it's so thick at the same, like, thickness at the ends as it is in your hand. Yeah. So no matter what, and I always preface that because they're all showing me the picture of, like, Khloe Kardashian's wig too. All of them.
Yes.
And, like, we've said their name 800 times in this episode, but it's so true. And I preface that it's either, like, an undercut, like when everybody wanted, like, Victoria Beckham's diagonal forward bob, like there is, like, literally no hair in that nape, and everything comes over top of it to get rid of bulk, or it's so textured and just that very top horseshoe of hair is not texturized, so it goes over top of it and makes it look smooth. But just because what you see isn't what you get.
Yes,
it's
and
trickery.
it's not wrong.
It's not
but
wrong.
Just a word to the wise, like when
try and find a reference picture.
Yes, because when we see you, we've got about, like, 5 to 10 minutes to figure it out before we have to start doing something, and we want to make you happy. But the thing is, like,
trust your stylist.
Yes, and that, like, you will get a much better result if you have an idea, because our minds
we
just
like
kinda
pictures.
Go, like,
we actually we like
pictures.
when you bring us pictures.
Yes, and we don't want to be that guy that you're like, I asked for this and they gave me this, but we also want you to leave with something that's, like, actually you can get a brush through.
And, like, clearly communicate too. Like, tell us what you like about the picture. Not just, I want this picture. Like, what do you like about it? What's, like, the feel in it that you like, or what don't you like about it? Like, talk more about it. Don't just show somebody a picture. But I do love pictures. I just like to have a conversation with it, too.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I'm still shocked that a porn star has influenced all these hairstyles so much. Because never in the day did Gemma Jameson influence this many hair conversations.
True.
But, you know, Kim makes one hell of a sex tape, and we're, like, still talking about her hair years later. So way to go, Kim, because Tracy Lords never created this kind of trend. So, you know, Debbie Does Dallas, they're not asking for that perm. So good job on her on that porn tape. So that was a great job of unbelievable. Thank you. I just can't believe how many times we say those girls' names. That's terrible. And actually, not that many clients even bring in their pictures. The young girls aren't that interested in them. The young ones, like the teens.
No, they're over it.
They're over it. They're on to, like, other. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna save these other questions for the next time we play Unbelievable here on You Asked For It.
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting my hat back on.
Okay, our next topic goes out to all the animal lovers out there. So, hello, animal lovers. Are you tuning in? Are you listening? Because we love our pets.
Yes.
We love our pets. As queer identifying people, we're not having children. Not that you couldn't have them being queer identifying, but we don't have kids. But we have beautiful animals. Mm-hmm. And so, Jesse, so this next topic speaks to you and to us very personally.
Yeah.
So we're talking about animals in the workplace. So this is a trend that we've seen. And Austin, you said some big companies have taken this on?
Jesse was actually talking about that.
Yeah, I watched a documentary. Google is actually probably the biggest one, and they encourage people to bring their dogs to work and their cats, and they just have to be social.
Yeah.
But productivity's gone way up by Google. So
yeah.
it works.
So Google says that productivity went up with pets in the workplace.
Yes, and a lot of places have followed suit with that. Yeah.
So maybe on You Asked For It coming up, you'll hear my cat Cleo. So maybe I'll bring her to work,
She'll
and
be
we'll be more proactive.
Scratching in the background.
And purring
stalking,
2 minutes later.
Sounds like an owl, then she's cuddling.
So
at Catitude.
At Catwalk Salon Spa, who has sponsored our wonderful show today, we have 2 cats who come to work Tuesday through Saturday. And if you are allergic or scared, we will put them in the basement. We do clean our shop and chairs every day to make sure there's no allergens, hopefully flying through. We have an air filtration system, which maybe you guys don't know, at Catwalk to clean the air. But we do have 2 cats, and most people are just so excited to see our cats, give them a treat. They always wish that they'd spend more time with them, but our cats kind of like to get a pet and go away. Mm-hmm. So, but Jessie has turned the trend of catwalk to cats to dog walk on Mondays.
Dog run.
Dog run. Where catwalk is dog run on Monday. So tell us a little bit about dog run on Mondays at catwalk.
Well, dog run, basically. Actually, dog run was a threat that I made to Levi when I started working there, that if I ever won the lottery, I was going to open up a rival salon next door called Dog Run by Catwalk.
Oh my gosh.
By Catwalk.
By Catwalk.
You would help me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be a barber shop.
So, yeah, we joke 'cause we're catwalk, you could be dog run.
Yeah,
but
dog people.
But Jessie's been bringing her dog Ziggy in on Mondays, and Ziggy is a big, lovable, still in the aesthetic of catwalk, wearing the black. And Ziggy, you can come visit him at Catwalk on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We always joke and call him my boyfriend.
Yes.
He's like my buddy. I get right down. I've always loved dogs so much.
Yeah, Austin is... Oh, I'm going to save this for another episode. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So...
But I will say that like it's been really nice, and a lot of the clients have really appreciated that. I've been watching and seeing how people take him, because he's a giant labradoodle. He's pretty big.
Yeah, a labradoodle.
Sweet
He's
guy.
giant, and he's fun to say.
Yeah, but he's fun to say.
Labradoodle and Ziggy are both fun.
But yeah, no, people have really liked it, and I think in an environment like that, sometimes when we're working there, we forget how vulnerable it is to walk into such a huge space full of people, and having those pets there is very comforting for a lot of people. It's something that you can go to and just connect with without like it being like a human, because sometimes you don't want to connect with a human.
Well, it's just easier to connect with an animal who's not gonna like stab
Because
you
we
in the
don't
back.
we don't just pet each other when we meet each other.
You can.
Well, you could, but it'd be weird.
With animals,
So-
it's just easier.
I-
Like, there's no judgment. They sniff your butt, and it's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Do
it.
you know what's
Grab
funny?
the
I
pieces.
never once looked at it that way, but I 100% agree.
Yeah.
You walk into this big, fancy shop, but we're so comfortable there. But I notice people walk in and they gravitate to the animal.
Oh,
Where's Cleo?
absolutely.
Where's
Yeah.
Isis? Where's Ziggy? I had a client commenting on Saturday that she didn't see Cleo or Isis, and she's like, I missed the cats today. So I
Always,
posted some
always.
videos. So people do look for those animals, and honestly, it's like they check in, they see the cat, they sit down, they start petting. So it really disarms. Ooh, we have a question?
Yeah, Valerie says, I'll bring the pigs.
Oh.
I am into that. Hey, you bring your
I'll
little
believe
piggies.
it when I see it, Valerie
Bring those little
Brown.
piggies.
Where's the pigs?
I love piggies.
Okay, so if we got dog run and we got cow walk, what do we call it? Pig
Pig roll.
roll? What do pigs do in the mud? They roll, but isn't there a thing
Wallow.
for it?
I have one for birds too. We could have a bird brained.
Oh my gosh.
I'm actually terrified of birds.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I like have a
Birds.
more like a.
Oh my gosh.
That's weird for you.
Shannon.
Valerie, that's hilarious. So you bring the pigs, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna have animal day at Catwalk. So anyway, we wanted to talk a little bit about workplace animals, because I know Drunken Sailor has a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Union has a dog, I think.
Union has a dog.
Yeah.
Union, another hair salon in the city.
Nikolai always had their dog there too.
Nikolai did have a dog. They're not around, but they did have their dog there. About a great cat dish there. And Astro Insurance has giant poodles there.
Yeah.
So, and Copico has birds. That's why Austin doesn't use Copico.
Friday's Liquor has a really cute giant pit bull.
Friday's Liquor has a pit
on
bull?
the north side.
I'm
Some love to the north side.
Positive there's some tattoo shops with dogs running around.
Hang
too.
on.
There has
Did
to
you
be.
say positive?
Oh.
Anyway, just ask Google. Pets to work, driving
Your mother
productivity
says
up
no.
the.
My mom says no.
No.
No to pigs,
No
Mom.
to pigs.
Oh,
I love
we're
the
bringing
piggies.
We're bringing a owl.
Petting zoo.
She'll retire one day.
Owl Cafe. And then we'll become an Owl Cafe. Bring your pet and receive $10 off at Catwalk Salon Spa.
Just kidding. Love you, Joanne.
Bring
We'll
your
start
pet.
a Japanese like cat cafe. In
Exactly,
Catwalk.
exactly. So we have a lot of things going on this week and coming up. So we're going to talk about some of the awesome events going on in Lethbridge. Remember we had Rib Fest that wouldn't end? It was like a Lord of the Rings trilogy of
Like
Rib
how many
Fest.
cows died for this feed bag festival?
It was amazing, though. I actually loved Rib Fest. I wasn't really appreciative of some of the news articles they wrote afterwards. You see that?
Yeah, the guy from Ottawa, I think he's the guy that runs it.
So he was so horrified that there's homeless people in Lethbridge. You're from Ottawa. Do you not have any
Give
homeless
him
people?
some ribs.
Did you read it?
I did.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't
He-
that bad, but the way that Global kind of wrote it,
That's true.
I felt like it was...
Global's the worst these days. Global is
There's a
like
lot of negative
Global's
spins
like
on
the
things.
guy or like the whoever in school that's just like hey
Devil's
and just like
advocate.
starts it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Global's horrible these days.
Well,
Stirring.
I must
They
say,
are pot
Stirring it
stirrers.
up.
I love you, Global.
Global.
Come get an interview from me anytime. I'll tell you. I'll spill the tea. I love you, Global.
The true
But
tea, nothing but the
but
tea.
but I did find it was a little disappointing for that kind of article because
Yeah.
when you're seeing, here's the thing is so funny about anything in hairdressing and life, you can get 100 compliments. Maybe you can get 10 compliments. You can get 10 great meals. You get one bad meal. You get one bad customer service. You get one bad compliment on your hairstyle, and we all freak out. And we get to that place. It's like, it's okay that someone didn't like you. It's okay that one person didn't like their haircut or sent back their meal. It doesn't mean the place is terrible. I mean, I have a favorite restaurant, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, tonight's was okay. But I go back. It was lovely. So
You and I were talking about.
I'm
this
just
the
saying
other
there was
day,
hundreds of satisfied customers at Ribfest.
Yes.
So I mean, a couple incidences when you look at what is
I have
happening.
a really bad joke. I'm trying not to.
Oh
make.
my gosh, what is your joke?
Well, they had all those Zorbs out this year, and a big part of it was to do with
Zorbs?
the those Zorbs, those big blow up
Oh
balls.
my gosh.
Oh.
Right.
They were worried about needles in that part. But those things are expensive.
Oh my gosh. I never thought about
No,
that.
but I mean that was a big part of it. They had a lot of kid-friendly events and a lot of family-friendly events at Ribfest this year, and I did catch that in the article that they
Afraid
did.
the Zorbs
They
would
were
pop
saying that
from
they
needles?
saw a lot more this year, but we are in a state of crisis. It's not like Lethbridge is going through a crisis and we're crisis management, but he was
Not
saying
just
that he
Lethbridge,
knows
let's
it's-
be honest.
A world
It's
crisis. It's
yeah,
definitely
it's
North
huge.
America. At
It's
least.
Demi Lovato, Prince,
Yeah.
in my friends in Vancouver, the stories coming out of there are really terrifying.
Yeah,
But I want to do a little Zorbs comment, because that's what those things are called.
I think so.
So Zorbs are a big plastic ball that you go inside and you run like a hamster wheel. I have to tell you, and jumping ahead, but it just brought back a memory. We went to the movie The Meg, and we were going to talk about this movie The Meg, and this guy is on the ocean running in a Zorb. So he's like running on a Zorb through the ocean.
He's like running over all of his.
He's running
these
over the people
in,
because
like,
there's
the
a shark
Thailand coast or
in there on the
something.
Thailand coast, and this like the Meg comes up and eats his Zorb.
Hold
And
on, how did he get into the Zorb on the ocean?
you
What?
rent them on the ocean in Thailand, and you can Zorb on the ocean. So
Yeah.
you go in
But
the
it's
water.
like double hulled, so there's like a foot kind of cushion of air, so it's like a Zorb inside.
And
a
then the
Zorb.
Megalodon,
Eats the
he
Zorb.
ran that far that the
Yeah.
Megalodon could fit.
Oh,
Okay.
the,
But,
no, well,
like, let's not spoil anything
Okay.
here. For
Okay,
people
well-
who have not watched the Meg. Yet,
well,
but we will talk about.
if
it
you're
later.
on the ocean running in a Zorb and a Megalodon ate you and like it popped and killed you, it was really dramatic.
It'd be like Jonah and the whale. It'd just come out the other end.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Excellent.
Is that what happened in Jonah the Whale?
Digestive systems
Yeah,
are that
apparently.
easy.
So anyway, other than the Lord of the Rings trilogy that was Ribfest, which was awesome and delicious, it was we got lots of other things coming up in Lethbridge. We personally got the New West show. What is it called again? Do we know? Legends.
No, the something quartet. The
Golden Quartet?
No.
No, I know this. Oh, it's right here.
New West Theater is opening up their show tomorrow night in the new and renovated New West Yates Theater. Or it's not the New West Theater, it's the Yates Theater. It has finally done renovations, and we are invited VIP to go see the show tomorrow, and also the exclusive hairdressers for the New West crew, and we are coming to see the new show about...
It's just like a throwback, like, kind of thing.
To the
Lots
legends.
Of, like, legends. You got Elvis.
Roy
and,
Orbison.
Like, yeah, like, older songs.
$1 Million Quartet.
That's
Million
it.
Dollar Quartet.
Yes.
We're going to see you tomorrow night at the $1 Million Quartet. We'll be backstage styling some hair,
We
getting
got
them
some
excellent.
good hair. Some good, like, era hair.
Yeah.
But I'll be at Ray Spoon.
Yeah, so she's going to be at Ray Spoon and Owl. We'll be at $1 Million Quartet.
And we're excited to see Yates' new facility because
Yeah.
it's all renoed, and this is
Really?
their
Yeah.
opening now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they took off over a year, and they were doing the shows over at Chinook School on the west side. So our local theater, which is amazing, it hosts a lot of great artists and musicals and everything. And so it's like an icon to Lethbridge. It's got its first uplift in like a long time. So
Probably since the 60s, I bet.
if I could toot it or boot it, I hope I can toot the new Yates. I can't wait to see it.
But don't toot in the new gate.
Oh no, I'll keep it fresh. I'll keep it
Don't
fresh.
tell me what to do. I'll do wherever I
Don't
want.
judge my body. Okay, so coming up, we got the New West show, the $1 Million Quartet. Go out and see that show. It's going to be amazing. I've seen many of the actors and actresses in it, and it's going to be a great show. Also, we have the Diamond Bridal Show coming up next weekend. So not this weekend, the next weekend is Diamond Bridal Show. So if you're getting married or you're thinking to get married or just want to come and enter for door prizes, come to the bridal show at the exhibition.
You can check out Catwalk's booth there, too.
And we are at the NMAX.
Yes.
So we are at the NMAX doing the Diamond Bridal Show. We are the exclusive hair salon for that, I think. So next week, though, sorry, I got ahead of myself. This week coming up, we have to make an apology here on You Asked For It. Last week we said it was Drag Me Back to School at Club Dee. We were wrong.
It was
this
weekend.
This weekend was a panty raid, which was really fun. We went to after Alexis, one of our coworkers, got married. We went to the panty raid this Saturday. Next Saturday is
Like this coming Saturday.
yeah, this Saturday, like
15th of September.
is called
This Saturday.
Drag Me Back to School by Sophie Wright, and we're going to have a lot of great drag performances. So if you want to come see some amazing drag and talent in Lethbridge, come to Club Dee this Saturday. Your very own Salem has a killer number ready for you. So
Now that I'm actually in it, because I backed out and I'm like, oh, just kidding. I had a brain fart.
he's popping. He's popping. He's
Shut
popping.
up.
He's popping. I can't wait for
Well,
your
I'm
show.
not doing that anymore.
Oh no, do it. No one knows what that is.
Spoiler,
No one knows what that is. No
spoiled.
one knows.
I actually don't know what that
Okay,
is.
good.
So.
See, we're excited for the new show. So we got Drag Me Back to School this Saturday, and then on the 20th. Oh, and also this Saturday, we also have Medicine Hat Pride. So if
Yeah.
you're in Alberta and you're looking for something fun, celebration, you want to give some support, head out to Medicine Hat Pride. If you're in Medicine Hat Pride, go check it out. They have a great lineup. They have a dance. They have a out in the park. It's one of our favorite events. We have to miss it this year, and we're sorry, Medicine Hat, but you're going to have a great time. The weekend after that, nerds beware. It is the 29th. We are having
The Comics, Cards, and Collectibles Show.
Comics, Cards, and Collectibles Show. You can meet toy friends and so much more. I'm going to have like 5 tables at this thing. I am selling toys and nostalgia from your childhood. So come to Lethbridge Cards and Collectibles Toy Show, September 29th at the, where's it at?
The Royal Canadian Legion.
Royal Canadian Legion.
Which is a good venue. We were at that for the last one, too, and it was a pretty easy setup. It's a nice big building. It's downtown. It's central. It's easy to get to. They have a big parking lot.
So across from the water tower, come to the toy show, and we are going to do an all-nerd episode of You Asked For It before the show. And then October 1st, we have our Halloween episode, which I'm really excited about. So we're really getting our thing going on at this show. So that's kind of the stuff we have coming up in Lethbridge over the next few days. So we're going to go on to another segment, which is movie reviews.
Movie of the week.
Movie of the week. So I don't remember what movie I told you I was going to watch last week, but I
It
watched.
was like an 80s horror-y thing, though. Like, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. We watched that one with the mannequins. What
It
was
wasn't
called?
that one. I reviewed that one last time.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't you open up a new movie and it was B grade?
It was like The Tourist
Tourist Trap.
Trap.
Okay.
That was
I
the
did-
mannequins
Not
one.
that one. Okay.
Well, I watched it last week.
We were
Suspiria.
going to start watching Snow Creature, and I couldn't understand it.
Oh, I was watching Snow Creature, and Austin like wouldn't sit through it.
Too far down the alphabet.
The audio is like really not legible. I could not hear anything that was happening there.
Okay, so my review this week then is UHF. So if you remember this show, UHF is one of my favorite shows, and it stars Weird Al Yankovic, who is known for doing great music parodies like instead of bad, he'd do fat. And instead of like a virgin, he'd do like a surgeon. Well, this is a show called UHF, and it really inspired me because on UHF he gets his own like low budget TV show, like local show,
He turns
it into a
thing.
network brand. So it's like Jess FM is going to be the new UHF. We want awesome shows where we're going to like entertain you, and we're going to become so big. We're going to be network. And that's what UHF, it really empowered me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so funny watching. If you guys remember UHF, it's like, you know, he gets these shows on there like Conan the Librarian, and he's like, don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? And he like cuts this guy in half with a sword. And it had so many great people, like, I don't know the name, Fran Drescher from The Nanny.
Yeah.
It had Kramer. It had like all these actors who went on to really big things on the show.
Iconic roles, because
Yeah.
we don't even know their actors' names. We just know their main characters that
So
they played.
if you want a good laugh and you want some throwback, and you've probably already seen this as a kid, but UHF is definitely my pick of the week. So I give it a toot, not a boot. Do you toot it?
I toot it. I like it a lot. Actually.
You seen
That was super
UHF?
fun.
No.
Oh, I'll have to lend it to you and Shannon.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a good
We
laugh.
would love some Weird Al in our lives.
And last week I was talking about some like nostalgia movies for me. So I actually did go and purchase a Troll in Central Park, and it was like mostly what I remember. It was very like floofy, and I was just like, I gotta get drunk to get through this. So sometimes your nostalgia things aren't as good going back to it. It wasn't as amazing, but I did also watch The Sword and the Stone,
Oh, okay.
and I love that movie.
Yeah.
So that was actually a good little nostalgia throwback for me. I liked it a lot.
So Troll in Central Park, it was not Disney, but kind of looked like Disney. It was like a girl, like princess. And
It was kind of like, I don't know, that like spin-off from Disney that did like
Thumbelina.
and like Secret of Nim and
right,
like like that's
Swan
kind of
Princess.
the deal.
And the
Anastasia. That's
Princess,
like
that's the
Yeah.
one.
who it
isn't
felt like. Yeah.
Isn't Princess
Troll
and the
in
Goblin?
Central
Is it
Park?
Troll
Isn't that
in
the same
Central
movie?
Park?
No,
I don't
they're
think it
different
is the
movies.
same.
But that's-
I
you're
don't
right,
think
you're
it's
right,
the same
you're right.
animation
Yeah.
studio either. But it's that kind of feel. Anyway, is okay music. It's not like quite a toot or a boot. It's like a foot. I don't know.
Food.
And then like,
Should've left it
Sword
where
in
you
the Stone
found
is
it.
definitely a toot for me.
A toot for Sword in the Stone. So I want to just quickly say about that is it's funny when you watch back a childhood show, then it's not as good as you remember.
Yeah.
You know, because we loved UHF, and it felt like as good as it did. But I tried to watch Thundercats, which I loved, and I had many years of childhood memories trying to be Church Horror running around my yard, and I tried to watch that show, and it was terrible. But the animation was good.
Yeah.
So Jesse, tell us a movie that you recently watched.
Well, I was just going to say with Austin's throwback, my mother, I went to visit my mom a week ago, and she made me go through boxes in her basement that I didn't even know were there.
All the
So-
VHSs.
Yes, but I just want to say this is a tangent, but I also had a vast McDonald's TY Beanie Babies collection that I found.
Yes.
So I have like a ton of those.
Did
but
you bring
then-
them home?
Yes. I'll
Someone's
show them
looking
to
for
you.
them.
Oh, perfect. Great, because I have them, and that's my retirement fund, apparently. So.
Well, if they're not worth anything, but if they are, we know someone who's doing those Make-A-Wish boxes
Oh,
for
cute.
Africa, and they're
That's
actually
cute.
looking for those.
Perfect.
So
Excellent.
we'll talk about that. We'll make sure they're not worth money first. So you got a bunch of...
But I found this VHS that was The Adventures of Natty Gunn. Did you guys ever?
I never saw that.
It's about, and I used to love that movie, but I don't remember. I need to rewatch it, but I feel like I'm gonna have an Austin experience and be like, I should have left this wherever I
Right.
had it. But
wherever your
looking
heart
back-
was singing from it.
yeah, it's like it says a tomboyish girl who
Aw.
goes on an adventure with her wolf dog on a train or something.
Oh, I
It's
do
Disney.
remember that. I
Yes,
do remember
yeah,
that.
I'm so excited to actually watch it, but I feel
Aw.
like it might not have as much.
Natty
Oh,
Gunn.
You just gotta get like
Yeah.
really stoned. And
Yeah.
Speaking of stoned, October 16th, pot will be legal in Canada, and we were talking about
Was
this.
that for a segue? everyone?
So October 16th, pull out Natty Gun and go get yourself some marijuana. It looks like
Have a cry.
it looks like
Yeah.
the Esquires is gonna get some pot.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's
I
going to be
think they're going to be a cafe because the 420 Clinic's right beside it, but I think they are moving into the Esquires building.
Now, we don't want to start a rumor, but
Bullshit.
it looks like
I heard a
Esquires.
rumor.
I heard a rumor that says we're getting a pot cafe. So, Esquires, it looks like they're going to open up into a dispensary and sell marijuana.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
October 16th. I think actually this can be the savior to the downtown that we need. The downtown needs more drugs. You know, that's what I know for Lethbridge. No, but we need more small business, and I think it's a great business
Yeah.
opportunity.
We
Yes.
definitely need some more small businesses.
So
down here.
I think that the pot dispensaries are going to be great. We did hear that edible pot will not be legal right away,
Which is so
No,
sad
it'll
because I just want
just
some
sell.
space cake.
but I will tell you,
I'll make you space cake.
Okie
I will make
You-
you some space
Okie
cake.
you buy the legal pot, she'll make space cake.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I want to tell you, I got an
Yeah.
insider report that says that edibles are on their way shortly. Okay, they're just finding a way to tax us on them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
and,
and
probably
probably,
test
like,
the amounts of
in it.
THC.
Government regulate.
so we are getting really close to the end of our show, but I wanted to talk about something else. It was pot's legal.
Maybe some movies going back
No,
to that. 'Cause
not
we
movies.
also watched this one.
Oh, we did watch those movies. Pot's legal. Oh, speaking of downtown needing more drugs, I want to tell you, Catwalk Salon Spa, we have been undergoing renovations, and tomorrow night another exciting key to the renovation goes in. So hopefully as October 1st, we will be serving alcohol.
Woohoo!
Oh,
So we can serve you a Chardonnay, a Merlot. So
Some Pinot Grigio if you're nasty.
maybe if Catwalk is still a sponsor for you asked for it, maybe they can serve us a cider on the next episode. So we can stop
Ooh,
drinking this
strong
sparkling water.
bow. Yeah, all this water here.
So it looks like we are 3 minutes out. So we got just a couple quick movies to touch on. We went to go see the movie Teen Titans Go yesterday with
We watched that with Spencer.
one of our best friends,
Our
and
best toy friend.
he'll be at the Comic Toys and Collectibles card show with us, and he's also a stylist at Catwalk. So we went and saw Teen Titans Go, the movie. I had no idea what it would be, but it was fantastic.
I really liked it a lot.
The
and I was, like,
music.
I'd never watched any of the TV series, so
Yeah.
I'm not like endeared to the animation style
Yeah.
or the characters or anything yet. But I really liked it.
Yeah, Teen
can I ask
Titans.
a question?
Yeah.
Is there a Teen Titans and then a Teen Titans Go, and one is more adult cartoon and one is more?
I
Kids
think
cartoon?
Teen Titans Go is more like Teletoon style animation, but Teen Titans is like a little higher budget animation.
So Teen Titans Go is very Powerpuff Girls, but with really
Right.
good music.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yes.
And My Little Pony, they have the same kind of design. The new
Well, they
My
do
Little
now.
Pony. But it's like the music in it is like, what was that song? We're gonna sing an uplift song.
Uplifting song. I don't know.
It was really
It
good.
was stuck in my head all day yesterday, though.
They
where
wrote a
it's like-
song called "Uplifting Song."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just bought it.
Yeah.
But it's like-
horrible.
Yeah, it was
But
like
no, like in the Lego movie,
like
that
an
they did
80s
that.
up inspirational song.
Yeah, yeah. And Kenny G like did a cover, I
Oh,
think.
they were
or,
ironic.
like,
It was good,
no,
yeah.
Michael Bolton.
They're
I
Michael
think.
Bolton.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And
Just
so-
kept thinking, like, go the distance.
And they wrote, yeah, like we're,
Hercules. It's that voice.
we need an
Whoever sings that.
uplifting 80s song. I don't know how to
Yeah.
sing it. So
Uplifting song.
So I want to also give a special
Saxophone
birthday shout out. This is not
Oh,
what.
yes.
So first I'll say to Diani, happy birthday. I'll say to Linda McFalls, happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to say to the marvelous Shira, you look great at 33 years old. So
And she's getting.
well, Shira, the cartoon, turned 33 yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but
She does look good.
She looks good. Shira, you still look Filmation great. Now I want to tell you, we watched your trailer.
For your new Netflix series.
Reboot.
It's so good. And the animation is totally like Funimation, like reminiscent, but it's kind of Sailor Moon-y too, and I'm totally into it.
Yeah. So
The
we were.
trailer's so good.
We were talking last week about all these shows getting reboots, like Murphy Brown, Roseanne,
Will and
Grace, and now She-Ra's got a reboot too. So we are
Yes.
onto something with this recycling the old because we want to feel nostalgic. So
Right.
She-Ra, your trailer rocked today.
Gem and the Holograms is next.
Come on, bring back Gem.
Do it. We need some like tacky, violent storylines.
Not
With music.
12-year-old girls.
No
With music.
Yeah. Okay, so the last thing we went and saw was the Meg. It was Jurassic Park meets Jaws meets Deep Blue Sea. And
with a much more plausible storyline, and
I thought it was hilarious. Austin's like, I believe this could happen.
Well, that's
I'm like, you
thing,
believe that megalodons could come and eat other
the
sharks?
way they prefaced it, because I am only into movies like that when there's some element of plausibility, even though it's completely fictional and mostly fluffy bullshit. It could actually be a thing. So I liked it because of how the story was written.
There you go.
I really enjoyed that movie a lot.
Well, we are actually 8:01. We are past our time for You Asked For It with Levi Cox. Austin, I want to thank our special guest, Jessie. We are going to have her back because she's a lot of fun. So we want to thank Catwalk Salon Spa for sponsoring our show. And we want you to know that Jess FM is looking for more sponsorship. So please join us, and we will get you on Jess TV, our website, our Facebook, and our Instagram. And we will help promote your business for very reasonable prices. So we are looking for sponsorship here at Jess FM, and we hope you all have a great week.
Have a good week, everyone. Happy Monday.
See you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.